Dracarys. Sorry, just trying to channel my inner Daenerys. Hello, welcome back. Welcome to Westeros. I don't know about you, but I know I am so excited for the final season of Game of Thrones that's going to be starting. I also am emotionally destroyed and not ready for it to end, but I still am so excited. So in honor of the final season starting next Sunday, April 14th, I came up with this Fire and Ice inspired makeup tutorial. Perfect for any viewing party, or if you just want to channel your inner Westerosi queen. So if you want to see how I got this look, then keep on watching. Let's go ahead and get started. So I went ahead and primed my lids already. I used my MAC Pro Longwear Paint Pot. I used the shade Soft Ochre, so that's done. Let's go ahead and get going with this eyeshadow look. I'm going to go ahead and start by using my Violet Voss Pro HG palette. I picked this one because I thought it was kind of warm tone. And then I looked at it in my mind and really there's only one red shadow, but we're gonna make it work. I'm going to start with the shade Transition, which is just kind of transition color. It's a transition shade. Nothing special about that. So I'm gonna go ahead by popping this on my lid. I am taking this on a M441. So I am starting by just placing this color into my crease and kind of over my crease onto my brow bone slightly, just to start adding a little definition and shape to my eyelid. So I am now going to go ahead and just run this shade underneath my lower lash line because it's just a pretty neutral brown. It'll be a nice base for what I'm going to be doing later. So now I have that down. I am feeling like I need a little bit more of a warm tone shadow, so I'm going to completely scrap my original plan and I'm going to hop over into a new palette, and I'm going to take the shade Sienna, this guy right here in the middle. This is just a little bit more of a warm tone brown before going totally into like a red. So I just want to add a little extra warmth while still creating the shape and structure to the eye. The last time I did this look, I actually did pretty much the entire warm tone part of the look using my Modern Renaissance palette, which, yes, I have done this look before, and it probably would be really good if I used the Modern Renaissance again. But I don't know where it is. It hasn't been unpacked yet. Well, okay, here's also a little mini truth for YouTuber tag. I am literally sitting next to a Modern Renaissance palette. As right after this, I'm gonna film another video. Yeah, because I got this little guy here, my ABH Vault. Look in here. Oh, it's Modern Renaissance. Literally sitting next to me. But this is the Vault. These are the collector's palettes. I've not used this one, and I'm not gonna dirty it up. So I don't know where the Modern Renaissance palette that I actually use is. So we're going to make soft glam work. Does anyone else do that? They like have collector's palettes that they don't use, that they just are there to keep and look pristine and beautiful. In all honesty, I think I'm going to do that with this Game of Thrones collection that Urban Decay is coming out with. Like, I'm definitely going to be picking up a backup of that palette. Just because I already have my base down, I am going to use a little powder. This is the dark powder, the dark Wowder from Glossier. I like this one for, I don't usually use this all over my face, so I'm going to use a kind of a flat brush. This is a Y12, and I'm going to use this powder to create the line that I want to keep with my shadow. And I'm going to just go back in with that original brush, not putting any extra product or anything on it, and just going over the edges to just diffuse things a little bit. I am now taking a smaller pointed shadow brush and going into this dark red shade called Mulberry. I'm just placing this color in the outer portion of my eye and then slightly working it into my crease, just ever so slightly. I really loved the way that this look came out the last time I did it. So that was actually, the last time I did this look was for the finale of season 7, so more than a year ago. And I was having a bunch of friends come over to my apartment. So I was still in grad school at this time in LA. And I was having a bunch of friends come over for a Game of Thrones like finale viewing party. It was so much fun. I spent a lot of time doing it was a similar eyeshadow look to what I'm planning to do today. It was really fun. It was a great party. We had a lot of really good food. One of my friends, she made these drinks. They're called White Walkers. They were so beautiful and also so delicious. I don't even know what was in it. It was like cream soda and like, I don't know what the blue liquid was. I don't know what it was, but they were like this light blue and they were really pretty and really delicious. Her boyfriend made this wonderful mac and cheese. So good. Hey, Dave, I'm still waiting for that mac and cheese recipe. It was really good. But yeah, we just had like a lot of different things. I bought a bunch of Halloween decorations and decorated, like there were all these like little gravestones. I know, it was kind of maybe a little bit morbid, but then we wrote the names of all the like dearly departed characters on these gravestones, and I had like printed out a ton of stuff from Pinterest, and I made my own little like weirwood tree as like a centerpiece for everything. It was a really fun party. It was really good. Oh, and then okay, this is the story of how I can prove that I am a true super fan. So for the party, I wanted to have like pies, like British savory pies, you know? Like a pasty, but like in a pie. Yeah, I wanted to have those. And there's this restaurant in LA called Pie Hole that sells those kinds of pies. So I ordered these pies from Pie Hole, but I had to go pick them up. And of course, you know, Game of Thrones comes on Sunday night, so I had to go pick up these pies on Sunday morning. I ventured into the Arts District during the brunching hours. Like, I went into the hipster's hometown, the hipster's like lair during brunch on a Sunday morning to pick up these pies. Like, if that's not dedication to Game of Thrones, I don't know what is. I had never been to the Arts District like in the daytime. It had only ever been at night that we'd gone to Pie Hole with some of my other friends. Never had trouble parking in the Arts District before until I tried to go there Sunday morning to get these pies for my Game of Thrones viewing party. That was not so fun. Never get between a hipster and their avocado toast on brunch. Don't do it. They will run you over with their BMWs. Or, I guess this is the Arts District in LA, so Teslas, because, you know, they're eco-friendly. Oh, okay. Anyways, so I did. I got my pies. I parked like 6 blocks away. Had to walk past many a brunch spot. But I got my pies from a party. It was worth it. It was so worth it. It was a really fun time. A really fun party. Okay, that's enough. Now I'm going back in with like just a regular clean-ish brush to further diffuse these edges out. Like, I'm starting with kind of warm tone browns, but I don't want this to be a warm tone brown look. So I am now going to hop back into this Violet Voss palette, and I'm going to go into the kind of one true red shade in this palette. This guy down here, this is called Wine and Dine, and I'm going to take this on a pointed pencil brush and just run this through the crease to add a little more warmth and like red tones to this look. So I really did not love Game of Thrones when I first watched it. It took me a really long time to get into it. I mean, it didn't help that I started watching it with like with a super fan, kind of probably the annoying type of super fan that I am now, but someone who had read all the books and like knew who all the people were, and I just was like, I was so confused as to who everyone was. I was just like, this is dumb. I don't like fantasy. I only like believable fantasy, you know, Harry Potter. I don't like this like other kind of fantasy, and I was just like, I'm not into this. Who are all these people? Why do I care about any of them? I mean, the opening scene really does throw you through a loop, and the first season, actually, having read the books now, does follow the novels pretty closely, but unless you've read the novels, you kind of don't understand that first scene in the show, because it's just like, these are people you never see again, and I get that it's like introducing the White Walkers and whatever, but it is confusing for someone who's just starting out and being like, I don't know who any of these people are. And he was like, oh, it doesn't matter, they all die. It was very confusing. Like very, very confusing. So I was not a fan. It took me a really long time to get into it. And then eventually I had to go back and rewatch the first season again to kind of like get into it more. But now I love it. Oh my gosh. I'm just waiting for this last season to just be so devastating. It's gonna be devastating. There's no way that, I mean, everyone's gonna die, right? Like, I know the creators and the actors, they're all saying it's bittersweet, it's a bittersweet ending. So I think that probably means they're going to defeat the White Walkers, but I feel like everyone has to die in the process. You know? It's like that, I think that would be the most bittersweet of endings, is for the White Walkers to be defeated. Because like, if it's bittersweet, they're not saying, oh yes, it ends in total destruction, so obviously the White Walkers don't survive. The humans win. I mean, I don't think having White Walkers win and like take over Westeros as a bittersweet ending. Like, I just don't think I don't think everyone would be agreed, but that would be a bittersweet ending. So I feel like they have to be defeated, the White Walkers. I mean, the Battle of Winterfell is going to be a bloodbath, definitely. But I'm just like, who's gonna die? Oh, I'm gonna cut my crease now. This is the Morphe concealer in the shade C155. I don't really like this concealer as a concealer, so I use it for cutting my crease because it's perfectly adequate for that. And then I am taking a Luxie concealer brush to do the actual cutting of the crease. You know people are gonna die, and it's gonna be really sad. I don't know who I want to win, or like who I want to survive. Like, I think I want Brienne to survive. Arya, definitely. Honestly, I love Sansa's arc. Like, I love how strong she's become. But if she did die, I don't think I would be devastated. Oh, I was saying I read this article in BuzzFeed that like ranked all the characters from like definitely going to die to not going to die. They were saying that they wanted Sansa to survive, and like after everything that she's gone through, it'd be like worthwhile for her, and like maybe even to see her reconnect with Tyrion. And I'm like, you know, that would be cool. That would be an okay arc. Like, I'm okay with that. I mean, Tyrion has to survive. If he doesn't, I'm gonna be really sad. I love him. I'm currently listening to A Feast for Crows, so that's book 3. And there's a character in here, it's during the siege of Riverrun. So like the Blackfish has Riverrun on lockdown, and Jaime has just shown up to take care of it. And there's a character, I don't believe this character is in the TV show, but it's Jaime's aunt. She's a Lannister. She married to a Frey. And she was talking about how Tywin still had a true son. And Jaime was like, yeah, of course, it's me. And she's like, no, it's not you. You are not Tywin's true son. I mean, she's like, yeah, you're his son. Obviously, it's not like, you know, he cheated on Joanna. But No, she was like, no, the true son who is like, you know, capable of being an amazing, strategic leader, the way that Tywin was, is Tyrion. And she was like, he's still alive. Like, Tyrion's Tywin's true son. Which I was like, oh, burn. But true also, you know. I mean, it just, you have to agree that, I mean, with the odds of Jaime has to just kill Cersei. Like, it's going to happen. It would be the most poetic arc for their messed up relationship, and also just for Jaime to again kill the Mad Queen. It's just like, it's the most perfect arc. You know it has to happen. And then also, this was not in the TV show at all, but there was like this other, I don't know if it was like part of another prophecy that Cersei had, but it's like this Valyrian word, and it's like talking about like the younger brother that will kill her. So she's convinced that it's Tyrion. She's like, Tyrion's gonna kill me. I have this prophecy of like a younger brother killing me. But Jaime's also the younger twin. Cersei was born first and then Jaime. So he's technically a younger brother as well. That is going to happen. Like, without a doubt, 100% Jaime's gonna kill Cersei. Like, it has to. Crease is cut. I'm now going to set this concealer. I'm going to use the shade Thanks a Latte. I'm now taking a little bit of glitter glue, just because I like the way that a shimmer shade applies over glitter glue. And I'm gonna pop this on my eyelids really quickly. And I'm now going in with pretty much my favorite palette of the moment. This is the Pat McGrath Mothership Bronze Temptation palette, I think. Sublime Bronze Temptation, whatever. I'm going to take this red shade in here. This is the shade that made me want to buy this palette. It is a duochrome red gold shift. It is such a gorgeous color. There, now you can see the shift a little bit. Can you see that? There's the gold shift. See it? It's a red gold duochrome shift. So beautiful. I love this shade. This shade is what made me want to buy this palette. And you know, if we're going for fire and ice, I don't think anything, I think a red gold shift, red and gold, some Lannister gold, and some Dragon Fire red. I think that says fire to me. And I'm now going back into Mulberry and a little bit of Noir just to deepen it up, and just smoking up this outer corner slightly. Well, that's it for the fire. I now think it's time for a little bit of ice. I am so excited to be using this palette because I just got it. I mean, if I'm looking for blues, this palette has got it. I'm now going to take this pointed blending brush and I'm going to go into the shade Blue Blood. I'm actually going to take a different brush. This is a kind of a flat brush. So I'm coating this brush, tapping off the excess because this is very powdery. And I'm kind of starting to just place this where I want it without really blending it out. Now, turning the brush on its side, I'm starting to blend out this Blue Blood shade ever so slightly. I'm now taking a very small, tiny little detailed brush, and I'm going into the shade Deceased. I'm taking this, I'm just spritzing it with a little bit of Fix Plus just to wet it, and then running this underneath the lash line. I'm taking a flat brush now and going back into Noir just to smoke out the outer corner of the eye and kind of connect to the upper and lower eye lines. Finally, for just a little extra iciness, I'm going to go into the shade Ocean Ice, and I'm going to hit this just in the middle part of my eye. That's really glittery. There's a lot of fallout. There's a lot of fallout. Last but certainly not least, I'm going to go ahead and throw on some metallic blue eyeliner on the inner waterline. This is my Linda Hallberg liner. It is so beautiful and so vibrant. Okay, so I went ahead and finished my mascara, and I think it's time for just a little bit extra shimmery, icy sparkle. So I have one more addition to complete this fire and ice inspired Game of Thrones look. Gonna grab this guy. This is the Northern Lights highlighting palette from Jeffree Star. This Supreme Frost formula. If you haven't, it's, girl, I can't open this. I literally can't open this. Oh, there we go. Okay, I'm going to go into Below Freezing, which is this gorgeous blue. I know, blue highlighter. We are going full fire and ice today. Ooh, girl, that is a look. That is a look. I'm gonna take the same color Below Freezing, mixed with a little bit of Alaska Ice, and use this as an inner corner highlight as well. And then I'm gonna take just a little bit more of Alaskan Ice and use that as a brow bone highlight. The final element to this, to complete this fire and ice look, and there you have it. The final fire and ice inspired makeup look. You are now ready to hit up any Game of Thrones viewing party. If you enjoyed this tutorial, if you want to see more tutorials like it, and you know I will be picking up that Urban Decay Game of Thrones collection, so if you want to see my review on that, as well as lots of other fun things I have coming up, be sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you won't miss a single video. Thank you again for joining me. I will see you guys next time, and voilà,